Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I would talk about some of my favorite foundations. But first I have a couple quick announcements. Firstly, thank you Irma for the postcard from Sonoma, California. This is so cool. It shows all of the different activities and landmarks in the area and the wineries and things like that. It's always interesting to see where you all come from and your lifestyle and all that. Also, I want to talk about Donna. I did a collab with her and Beth a couple of weeks ago, and Donna has since changed her channel name. So this is her new channel name. It's actually her name, Donna Lisa D. That's her name. And she had to change it for the funniest reason, actually. I guess in pornography, mature women is kind of a tag, like, for mature hotties, and so she was getting hit on all the time by older guys on Facebook and things like that, because they thought Donna's mature life was more than, well, not what her real life is like. So she did change it to her name, and I just wanted you to know that so you can search her. I have a link to her channel below, and so that's why she changed her name. Everybody's wondering where she got the Donna Lisa from. It. That's her first name, her middle name, and her last name initials. So good for her. I think that's funny. When she told me, I just started laughing. I thought it was so funny. Anyway, I didn't know it was a thing, but I've heard now. I think it was Laura on the Platinum YouTubers. She had said something about if you put the word mature in your tags or in your title, that sometimes it gets flagged by YouTube. They think it's pornography. So just a heads up there on that one. And the other thing I wanted to bring up was my friend Beth, who is 50 Plus Beauty. She works so hard on her videos, and I got to see it firsthand a couple weeks ago when she and I and Donna worked together on a collaboration. We were in constant contact with each other, emailing and everything else. I mean, Beth works till the wee hours of the morning on her videos. I've never seen anybody so devoted and dedicated to making like quality videos. She is like, it's like professional quality. She's got the right camera setup, the right lighting, the right length of time. She has interesting subjects. She's very personable. She's a Christian lady. She does makeup. She does lifestyle. She's 59 years old, and you'd never know it by looking at her. She's a beautiful lady, very youthful looking. She's just a nice person, and she started YouTube, I don't know, last year, right around this time, I think. And she just came out of the gates running. She just worked hard. She had the right title. She had the right tag word. She had the right subject matter. She just struck a chord. And a lot of times there's a lot of people on YouTube that have done that. I'm not one of them. I ramble for a half an hour, and I think I've lost people from that. But there are some people, Dominique Sanchez, a parent, there was Jeffree Star. There's several people who just started, and they have over 1 million viewers, and it's not even a year for some of them, and they just took off. And some people do, some people don't. When I started, it was about 5 years ago, and a few months before me, Angie Hot and Flashy had started her channel, and we both kind of were on an even keel for a little while there, and then she just shot up. She, way up there. She's I think she has the most subscribers of any mature community person has, and I don't. I have about 10,000, which I think is a very great number. If you put 10,000 people in a room, that's a rock concert. So I think it's great. It's nice when I get new subscribers. I think it's really cool. It's not a huge goal of mine to like double, triple, quadruple my subscribers, but it's, the more the merrier in here. I love reading your comments and connecting with you. So I think, you know, I just wanted to say with Beth that because of her, I got a whole bunch more subscribers, because some of her subscribers came over and subscribed to my channel, and I really appreciate that. That was it was fun working with her. I can't wait to work with her again. I think we're going to do something with Patty and a few others at the end of summer. So yeah, so her channel is 50 Plus Beauty, and if you haven't seen her stuff, please go visit her channel. She's really cool. So, alright, let's get on to the foundations. I have yammered long enough. Let's do some of the ones I'm not that crazy about. Firstly, you know, a lot of factors can make a foundation look good or not look good on you, and I think one of the main things is your skincare. You have to do a good skincare regime in order to have your skin in the best possible condition. And internally too, I think it's a good idea to drink water, to take supplements. I take biotin, I take several other supplements, iron, and I have the Platinum Senior Chewable. I have the gummies. I like the candy vitamins. I have a sweet tooth that just won't quit. Basically, inside out, water, vitamins, good skincare. You need to cleanse, you need to exfoliate, you need to feed with a serum, and you need to moisturize. Those things. And then it's really nice if you can actually use some SPF too. And I've been using this for years. In fact, it was Angie, Hot and Flash, who talked about this years ago. This is a daily moisturizer that has SPF 50 in it. And I put that on. It's just, it's a thick, kind of a white lotiony thing. This is what the bottle looks like. But an SPF 50, now this is a chemical SPF. Some people only like to use the zinc, which is the crushed up rocks. And those can be a little reflective, actually. So this puts a little bit of a glow to your skin. You have to let it set in for a bit. I think that putting an SPF directly on your skin and not mixing it in with your foundation is a really good idea. I don't think you need to mix it in with your foundation or your primer. So I do use this as my SPF, and I think an SPF 50 is a pretty fair amount. I've seen it go up to 100. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what that would do. Okay, so let's start with some of the ones I'm not that crazy about, and this is one. This is the Shiseido 50 Plus BB Cream. This has the SPF in it. Now this was a little expensive. I think it was like $42. I got it at Sephora, and I am going to attempt to return it. As you know, Sephora has changed their return policy, and people like me most likely are going to be very surprised in line the next time we attempt to return something, which I'm going to. Now this is a very light liquidy, I would say it's a tinted moisturizer. It has a strong kind of more of a chemical smell. It's not unpleasant, it's just not totally pleasant. I would say if you have normal to combination skin, you would probably like this. It dries down with a bit of a glow to it, so you do have to powder it. It clung to my patches, and it went into my lines, and it kind of exaggerated the texture in my skin, so I wasn't very happy with it, and it's unfortunate because I think I saw another YouTuber talking about this, and she loved it. So it's got to be, this is one of those things, you know, when your skin is just a little bit different than somebody else's, things react differently to it. But you can see it's dried down now, and it's very shiny. Some people don't like that, but you know, I tell you, a little bit of light powder and you take care of that shininess. I think it probably has a lot to do with the reflective qualities of the SPF in there. So this was kind of a fail for me with dry skin. So, The next one that I wasn't that keen on, and you're going to be shocked, this is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I got number 3 because they seem to be lighter than they appear on the bottle. This one I thought would be too dark for me, and it's actually the perfect shade. When I put it on initially, I thought, oh, this is okay. It didn't cling to dry patches or anything. But after about 4 hours, my red chin came through, it had sunk into my lines and it was starting to wear down, kind of patchy on me. It oxidized just the teeniest bit, a little bit of a shade, not quite a half a shade darker, and it did turn a little bit more towards the yellowy side when it darkened. So I saw a review with somebody who tried it, and I don't remember who it was, but somebody tried this and it oxidized orange. She looked like she had that kind of Trumpy Oompa Loompa look to her skin. So I think that that was, you know, it doesn't react the same with different skin types. So I would say if you are normal to oily, you may like this. It seemed to last well for them, and it seemed to wear down for some of them. I think depending on your own personal pH and what kind of primer you have underneath it may react with it and cause it to oxidize. I didn't like it. I thought it was too patchy. It didn't wear down evenly, and I didn't think it was very flattering for dry skin. So it was a fail for me. The Healthy Foundation. This is the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. I tried really hard to like this. So it comes in a nice variety of colors, and NARS quality is just, with their face products, it's really excellent. If you have normal to oily skin, NARS foundation is probably for you. This is not a good foundation for dry skin. I had a little better luck with the Laura Mercier. This is the Flawless Fusion application, and it makes kind of a satiny matte, if you can imagine, a satiny matte finish. I still found that it really liked to sink into the lines, and I'm actually wearing this today. It will not get away from the lines, so I don't think this is good for aging skin. I think this is targeted more for younger skin. Another fail was from Lancome, and this is the Skin Feels Good. This has an SPF of 23 in it, and it is a hydrating skin tint, healthy glow. This had a little bit of coverage, I would say a very light coverage. There wasn't enough here to, it wasn't opaque enough for me. You know, for the price tag, I was very disappointed, but it didn't exaggerate lines, it didn't cling to dry patches, so I'm kind of torn as to whether I would call it a really bad fail, but it didn't work as well. I mean, when I have others in this row here that I'm going to talk about that are so much better. So don't spend the money on this if you have dry skin, or if you're looking for more coverage than a light coverage, because it just isn't going to do it for you. So, drugstore price, yay. This is Essence, and I got this off the Ulta website, and I was very pleased with this. This is the color 20, which is Fresh Nude, I believe. And it was a little bit lighter than I expected. So what I have to do is put darkening drops into it to use it. Now this dries down. Let me use my fan. I saw, was it Charles? He uses a fan for things like this. So it dries down and you've got kind of a demi-matte finish. Really, really nice. For a drugstore product, this worked just as well as this, and it had slightly more coverage. It didn't last as long. It probably, after about 5 hours, my chin peeked through. It did sink into the lines a little bit, but I always have to touch up a little bit midday, you know, depending on how stressful it is, or if it's hot or cold. If I'm walking to the car and it's really hot out and I'm sweating, you know, there's different factors that can react, you know, make this makeup react. But this is the Fresh and Fit Awake Makeup Healthy Glow. Very, very nice. I thought for a drugstore makeup this works fine on dry skin. So this is a really good deal. I have 3 more to go, and this next one, I really like it, but I think it's a little overpriced for what you get. This is Cargo OneBase. I talked about this years ago when I first saw it and first tried. I think I was doing a special about the brand Cargo, and I wound up trying this because I wanted to do a full face of makeup, of Cargo makeup, and I love this. Now the owner of Cargo, she only wears this, and it's actually a concealer doe foot, but you also can use this as your foundation, just touching up where you need the foundation. It's a medium coverage. It's very good on dry skin, very nice under the eyes as a concealer. You do have to set it with a powder. I like this very much, but for this little tube it's like $18, so it was quite expensive, I thought, for the amount of product that you get, but I do like it very much, and I think Cargo is a very high quality line of makeup. The next one is the Bourjois 123 Perfect. This is a CC cream, and this works really well. It is 3 pigments: anti-fatigue, anti-redness, and anti-dark spots. Okay. This is out of France, but you can get it on Amazon if you live in the US. If you live in the UK, you can find this in your local Boots or whatever. So I think it's a wonderful foundation alternative. This color's a little dark for me. This is beige rosé, but I love the texture. I love it. Doesn't cling to dry patches. It doesn't sink into your lines. It's once it's dried down, it's just a beautiful finish, demi-matte finish. I really like this. I think I like this better than the IT Cosmetics CC cream, and it's much less expensive than that. Bourjois makes some really good foundations that dry skin folks can wear, so I do definitely encourage you, if you're in an area where you can get hold of this, or if you're on Amazon, I would totally recommend ordering it. Now, I did link all of these products below so that you can just click on it if you're interested in them. Holy Grail. Holy Grail time. I saw this on Nady's channel, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and I ran out and bought it because he was so excited about it that I just had to see what all the fuss was about. This is from DermaBlend. I got mine off the Ulta website. This is the Flawless Creator Multi-Use Liquid Pigments. It's a foundation, pigment drops. Basically have an eyedropper in here, and I know a lot of people aren't used to doing this, but you just put a couple of drops down, and then you can take a brush. You can take a brush and just buff it in. You can dot it around your face and then just buff it in, or you can use your beauty blender. I think it works really well either way. A little goes a long way. This amount would do my entire arm. I mean, it's just an amazing product. It looks and feels like skin. It's really fabulous. And what's nice about this is because they are the drops similar to the ones that Cover FX did, you can add a drop to any of your other foundations and it makes them more pigmented and the color will match. Now this color is, I believe, number 25N, and I think these mirror the MAC colors, MAC shades, so very easy to find your color. Absolutely love this. Absolutely fabulous. Holy Grail foundation for me right now. And as you know, I am minimalizing down all of my makeup collection to just keep the products I love and will use, and it's made a huge difference in my life. It really has. It's just simplified things. My granddaughters are like getting so spoiled because I gave them so much makeup. Recently we went down to see my granddaughter's play. She was in Young Frankenstein, and I gave them each a box. 2 older granddaughters, I gave them each a box of makeup that I had, including a Tom Ford lipstick, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't even think they know what they got, but they got some really good stuff. So that pretty much does it for me with foundations, and I'm sure as I try new ones that there'll probably be another one to bump this out of the top spot. But until then, I totally recommend it. I also recommend the Bourjois. I also recommend the Essence and the Cargo. So I hope all of you are having a wonderful week out there. Hope you have a nice holiday this week. Take care, everybody. Toodles.